Since the car is almost ready to be driven, yeah, I still need to build the suspension. I need to rebuild the engine. Like I said, it's just the cooling seals. It's nothing major. The engine is working perfectly, and I need to make two radiators in the back, because like I said, I'm gonna have one on each side on the cage. So I built this maybe a year ago. So front bumper, the front little grille there, and I had both headlights blocked off. And then I made the hood and the two fenders. Now this is like a wide body, like the Maxi rally cars, but those ones were more like roundish, and I wanted it more like a squarish, so it fits like the lines of this. Decided I'm not gonna use any of these. So they're just gonna go for, I don't know, I might use the hood, so I might just cut it out and use it. The bumper, I might use it. This, I will not use it. And I went back to the old style, how I had it before. So we've got like the original bumper from the 306, the grille, fenders on. I've got one headlight on. On this side I have space, on the other side is hitting on the mounts for the oil cooler. So I've decided I'm gonna build my own headlights. Let me show you what I mean. So what I've got here is a Peugeot 306 headlight, completely stripped out, and I've even removed like the back, like I removed everything. I just left this plastic thing in the front. What I've decided I'm going to do, so I can have space, and it's going to be a light as well, it's not going to have a full complete headlight. So I made this plate that's going to go on the back. I'm going to find a way to seal all of it, and then I'm going to use, so I've kept, when I bought the RX-8, I've kept the headlights. Took them apart and I kept like these, I don't know what these lights are called, but they look nice. So it's gonna sit here, but on like an angle. So that's the headlight, so it's gonna sit somewhere here. And then I've got like these little plastic things from the RX-8. I know it's not the correct, it should be the other one, but it's got that little Dorito there. So like I did with the other one, I've cut this piece off. Yeah, so like I said, the other one, the correct one, I've cut the sides and I just left this bit, but I've broken the little Dorito thing. So I'm just gonna do something, I'm gonna fix it again. And this one, I've already cut and I've shortened it, and I just used epoxy around it. Anyway, you won't see that, that's just gonna be covered. So that's all someone's gonna see from the headlight. That's gonna sit in there like that, and then this piece was on the RX-8 on the side of the headlamp, so on the headlight. So I think it might be like a little light, I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna modify this as well and put that there, so that will sit nice and flush in there, and then the cover will go on. What I need to build after is a plate on the back so it fully closes it. So I have the plastic that will go all around it, that has the mounts on it, but I've chopped it. So what I need to do, I need to find a way to fully seal this, to close this all up, and nothing can go in it, which I don't really care, because this car won't be driven like harsh weather or rain and shit like that. Anyway, if I'm gonna race the car, if the car is allowed to race at some point, I'm just gonna remove the headlights, and I'm gonna make other headlights, but nothing, just like plain, like these ones here, make mount and just have them instead. I still don't know how I'm gonna go with this kit. So with this one, I wanted to make a one-piece bumper, fenders, hood, everything one piece. It comes off easy, and as light as possible. At some point, we're gonna start with the body, make it wider, and then we're gonna make molds, and then we'll see what I'm gonna build it, or carbon, or I'm gonna use, what is that other thing? I think it's Kevlar, carbon Kevlar. That one, I think that's what the name is. Or I'm gonna use that because I heard it's a bit cheaper. But yeah, so yeah, I decided I want to use headlights on the car to look. I want this car to look crazy. I want, when this car drives and when people see it, I want them to lose their shit or shit themselves. One or the other, I don't care. I'm not fussy. Mount in there on both sides, and I need to bolt them down correctly. So at some point I need to remove the shell. By the way, the shell and the frame are not together, so whenever I want, I can just remove the shell and the car will still be able to drive. It won't have an issue. So yeah, I want to remove the shell. I need to make those pieces stronger, and I need to bolt them down because now they're just on self-tapping screws. But because the shell sits exactly on the frame, that's why I don't have a problem. But I cannot lift the car or do anything with it. I need to sort them out first. And with the back ones, the back one's just gonna lose it completely. So those are the back ones, those little small mounts there. And so that's only got one bolt, like one screw in it, one self-tap screw. And this one has two small ones. Do I need to make a complete one from that one up to the rear window? So I want it to be like the front one. I want to have a lot of bolts to it. That's one piece is gonna bolt, it's gonna weld on the cage, and the other one's gonna bolt on the chassis, and I'm gonna make something inside of it so it's much stronger. Put like a square tube behind it, weld the top and the lower one, and do the other side as well. Have that done. When I take the car out, I need to straighten it out because now I don't know if it's sitting. I know for sure the shell is not sitting correctly, so it might be like this. When I start building the suspension, I will not have to remove it and do all that. Basically, I don't want to have that job to do when I start the suspension. I want to have a clear mind. I want to know that everything is leveled in the car, that the shell is leveled, because it's going to matter a lot. Then I need to come in the back and I need to make the lines the same as the other one, because it's not the same. It might look the same, but it's not. Even in the front. So because of these, let me show you something else. So because I knew that I wasn't going to put suspension straight away, what I did was this thing here. And these brackets are not straight, so I just done them by eye and I just welded them. They look straight, but I'm not sure, so I need to basically I don't care if they're straight or not, because once I start building the suspension, everything's gonna be cut out, even the other ones. Like, I'm not gonna keep these. Basically, I'm just gonna start from the beginning. I don't mind cutting them off and anything. Like, I will build other ones, even with the front ones. The front ones are worse, to be honest, because I was like, fuck it, just put it there and just weld it. So that's one, and the other one is there. Again, I done it by eye, but I wasn't like measure everything twice, so you know everything's straight. No, I just put it there. I put my level there, and I just done it. That's why they're square and they're not round, because I didn't really care. At some point, I need to start working on that. But like I said, first we start body lines, make sure everything is nice and straight. About that, like I said, it's going to be a push rod suspension. Even with the front ones, it's going to be push rod, and the back ones. It look very nice and very tidy. I want everything as much in the middle. So I don't know, like this engine, they say that if the most mass is on the rear side of the, it's like behind the front axle, let's say, it's basically like a front mid engine. If you see there in the middle, that's where the axles would sit, and if you see, it just hits just the front piece of the engine. So basically the engine is in the back. So correct me if I'm wrong, but this counts as a mid front engine vehicle. Again, I have most of the weight in the middle. On the inside, this is basically the setup. Chair, all these things. I tried to get everything. I know I'm gonna have an imbalance from right to left, but I'm gonna try and put a lot of the tanks over there, because for some things I'm gonna have a separate water tank. Like the turbo, I don't want it to be on the main cooling line for the engine cooling. That gets very hot, and I want to try and cool down the turbo as much as I can. So I'm gonna have a separate pump, separate tank, and maybe like throw ice in it. I need to check that out first. But I think I think you make a tank and you throw ice in it, how it cools everything down. I need to figure out how it works, how that setup is, but that's what I'm gonna do. I might even use that one. Stations are now, you cannot use an aluminium tank unless there's a rubber tank inside of it, like rubber. I don't know what material, but it's like a plastic rubbery material that you put inside of a tank. Yeah, your outside can be aluminium, but this one is straight aluminium, and inside there's like but basically in here there's like these things here, like these sponges that get most of the shit out. By the way, I need fuel. So yeah, that's basically the whole plan for this car for now. Do the lines a bit, get the body lines, get the shell straight, then just start building the suspension. Once suspension is done, then I just need to fix the engine coolant seals. When I open the engine up, of course, whatever needs change, I'm gonna change, but whatever I don't need to change, I'm just gonna leave it a bit more, just to save money as much, so I can spend that money on other things, because the car's not going to be used now a lot. What I want the car now to do is be able to move, get everything working. I don't need wide body now, I just want everything to look nice, I want everything to work. We build the suspension, and then slowly at some point we get to drive it, start testing it out. It'll be a fun day, man. It's going to be a scary day, but it's going to be a fun day.